Hey, everybody. I hope everyone's still here from that lovely conversation with John and Abe. I hope you guys learned a lot and you feel super confident about the publishing portal. But what's up, y'all? Let me just give everybody a quick second to come on over into the deal. Let me see who's all in here. Shout yourselves out if you're still here, if you're still watching. Give me an opportunity to shout y'all out too. But in the meantime, let me get into some announcements for you guys before we start the show. As you guys know, BeatStars Publishing is now open for everyone. And you know that BeatStars has partnered with Sony Music Publishing, who's the #1 global music publisher in the world. It's open to everyone, so you can start getting paid the royalties you're owed and sign up at beatstars.com/publishing. And don't forget to follow at BeatStars Publishing for some free industry game. Twitter Spaces is going to happen again today at 4 p.m. Eastern, so you can tune in today right after this show for an interview with Distinct discussing BeatStars Publishing and more. I know you guys have met Distinct a couple of times, so I'm sure he's happy to talk to y'all again. As for this show, welcome back to The Deal. I'm Tia. I'm the Music Opportunities Manager here at BeatStars. If you're new to The Deal, we're highlighting our BeatStars Publishing roster. As you know, again, we're partnered with Sony Music Publishing for publishing. And today we're actually going to be hosting a panel, which is something a little bit different. I know we normally talk to 1 or 2 people, but today we're going to be talking to 4 very special guests: Gavin Hadley, Eddie Priest, Donnie Katana, and Zach on the track. I know you've met a couple of the guys already, but if you want to rewatch this interview, you can check it out later alongside all of our past shows and BeatStars content, including tutorials on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/official BeatStars. So don't forget to subscribe to be notified of new uploads. Alrighty, so I guess without further ado, we could start bringing the boys all in. Who wants to be pulled up first? That's the thing. I'll start with Gavin, Eddie. All right, Zach, Donnie. Hey, hello, y'all. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to The Deal. Everybody in the chat, say what up, hi, hello, all those things. But I guess we could just kind of jump right into it. And let's just start by introducing everybody. I don't know if our screens all look the same, so I'm just going to call on y'all. Start with Gavin. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what kind of music you make.
I'm Gavin. I'm 18. I'm from Neenah, Wisconsin. It's like 40 minutes away from Green Bay. And I make mainly guitar loops and like piano stuff, things along those lines, mainly melodies.
Amazing. Eddie, who are you? Where are you from? What kind of music do you make?
All right. Yo, I'm Eddie. I'm born and raised in Maryland. Currently live like near Baltimore. And I mainly specialize in like hip hop, trap production, sometimes R&B, occasionally some EDM here and there. But yeah.
Awesome. Donnie. Ooh. No, I can't hear you. All right. I'm gonna let you figure that one out. We're gonna pivot to Zach for a second. Hi, Zach.
Hey, what's up? You can hear me fine, or is it skipping?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're in the whip.
Yep,
The green whip.
Yep. Yeah, I'm Zach from Charleston, South Carolina.
And what kind of music do you make, Zach?
Anything really, but like I focus on like trap, hip hop, but I've been doing everything lately, so.
Yes, and I owe you the sincerest apology because the last time we spoke, I actually confused 2 songs that I shouldn't have confused. So I would like to extend my apology to you in this moment.
You're good, because I can see like how you can confuse them. They got the same names by the same people. So.
But the thing is that the songs are equally fire. So yeah. We'll save that part for a little bit. But Donnie, is your mic working now?
Yeah, does it sound good?
Yeah, you're a little low, but we can make it work.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna turn it should be a little better now, is it?
Yeah, so much better. All right, there we go.
My name's Donnie. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
And you make what kind of music?
I guess you could say I really make trap most of the time.
Mm.
Trap, hip hop. I've done R&B things like abstract type beats. So like anything like in hip hop or like alt rap. Yeah, yeah.
You dib and dabble in a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess let's start off by talking about your guys' experience on the platform and how you started producing and how you wound up joining the community. And I'll start with Gavin on that.
All right, so I started producing like 4 years ago, and it was kind of funny how it happened. I was like on the way back from the pool. My friends and I were freestyling, and I was like, "Hey, beats are kind of cool that we were getting on." I went home. I looked up like music making software or something, and I happened to stumble upon FL Studio. I had that on my computer for a while. It was kind of just like a one-day thing, and then it just always was sort of there. And eventually, I came across it again, and then stuck with it. So that's how I started making music. And then what were the other questions?
How did you find BeatStars and become part of the community?
Yes, BeatStars. So I was like a year into making beats, and I started to want to sell. So I just looked up like beat selling platforms and stuff to get my stuff out there. And BeatStars was the one that I ended up sticking with because I just felt like everything was just so much easier to use than all of the other ones. And like the collaborator features and stuff, which really helped for me because I'm primarily a loop maker. So I'm not posting like my own beats all the time. A lot of people are using my loops and then posting beats with my loops.
Yeah, that's really dope. I think, I've been hosting this show for a year, and I think a lot of the guys do make loops, but I've never spoken to anybody who's primarily a loop maker. So I think if we don't have time today, we definitely have to have you back on to talk about your experience with that, because I think loops are very prevalent in a lot of the music that we listen to. And I think loop makers are able to curate the whole vibe of a lot of different sounds. So we'll come back to that. Eddie, what about you? How did you start producing and how did you become a part of the BeatStars community?
All right, so I started producing all the way back in 2016, I want to say. Like before that, I was heavily into like the whole OVO camp, like Drake and all of them. But it was probably Next Door that like really caught my attention. So like I listened to him a lot, and me listening to him led me on a weird path towards me when they became a producer, which was like, or the way it went is like, I was in the forum. Everyone in that forum was making beats, and I was like, "Hey, this looks like fun. I want to try it." And so I like grabbed a copy of Ableton. Don't ask me how. I just did. Yeah, grabbed Ableton, started working a little bit, and I just immediately fell in love with it. Then over time, I just got into it more and more. Although I also switched to FL Studio in the middle of that, but then came back to Ableton like last year. So now I use both. And then I got into BeatStars. Well, funny enough, I was like a little bit into BeatStars like a year after I started producing. This was like back when it like first got like really well known in the public. But like, and I tried to like make some beats in the past, but like it didn't work at the time. So then I decided to like stray off from that, do my own thing. But I actually came back recently this year because I want to give it another shot because I know that like the platform has like grown so much since way back then. And so yeah, just want to give it another shot and see how it goes from there.
Well, we're happy to have you. We're glad you stuck for sure. Donnie, same question for all of y'all.
All right, so the first one you wanted to know like how I got into producing.
Yep.
So yeah, really I was inspired from like the 2014, like 2015 SoundCloud wave, like especially like listening to like Young Lean or like Travis Scott around that time. Like all those songs, I was really inspired from that. I'm not even gonna lie. And always liked the way the beat sounded, but at the time it just felt so like impossible. I don't know, because I never really had too much of a heavy music background. But I always wanted to learn. And like around that time, like 2014 or 2015, like it wasn't that much to really like. There were good tutorials, but like it wasn't really that much. So like it was kind of a different grind. But I'll say like back then is when I first really started to learn. But I didn't really post a beat that I made until like 2017. But yeah, and I got on BeatStars because when I was on YouTube, um I wasn't using BeatStars to sell beats. And Mike Tramp sent me an email and he was like, bro, BeatStars is better. and he gave me like a code to start off, and I was like, okay, and I switched to BeatStars, and I never looked back. So yeah.
Yeah, we're blessed to have you. Between like you and Kevin, I think you guys make up for like 95% of the positive energy
Yeah,
across like BeatStars. You guys are such a vibe. So, obviously very happy to have you part of the fam and have you back on the show.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's really cool.
Zach, same for you.
Me as in, how did I get into beats? Like my whole family did music, still kind of do music. So my mom did music, my sister does music, my other sister does music. So it's just there. So she bought like a bunch of studio equipment one year, and it just had it sitting around. So I just downloaded FL Studio and started playing around with it and got the hang of it. I think that was I started in 2013. So I remember it because I had to do like so much stuff to get FL Studio on the Mac. So I started then. How did I get on BeatStars? 10th grade. I think it was 10th grade because I was working at Arby's. That's my first and last job. My mom made me quit, and she was like, you can work for them or you can work for yourself. So she was like, you should put your beats up. And that's when I got on BeatStars and YouTube. So.
And once again, shout out to mom. I remember us having that conversation and I was just like, whoa, what? Like,
yeah.
It's wild. It's very wild. I think across all of you guys, you all have some, pretty measurable and important experiences as far as what you've been able to do and create, and even down to like your placements. So I'm really excited to jump into this with you guys. But maybe we could start by talking about, misconceptions that happen with leasing beats online and things like that. What advice would you have for newcomers to BeatStars, especially for those who are looking to start, signing up for BeatStars Publishing? What are some misconceptions that you might be able to knock out of the park? Or if you can think about yourself from when you, started becoming a producer and wanting to sign with BeatStars Publishing, like what are some of the questions that you asked that you got the answers to that you think everyone else should know, if that makes sense? Gavin, start with you.
So I think like the big thing that I always think about now, like in the current place that I'm at, is I wish that I would have just been more consistent, like along the way, just with like putting beats out and stuff. And even if it's not my best work and I don't feel like it's my best work, I feel like it's still worth putting out, because I feel like a lot of the loops that I send out each week aren't always my favorite, and those tend to be the ones that get used the most. And like that, I don't know, that's the common theme like every single week for me.
I think we spoke about this on the show last week, but I've been speaking to more and more people who keep saying like the beats or in your case, the loops that are just like the throwaways always are the ones that get picked up. And then you guys are just like questioning yourself, like at what's really good. So I think that's pretty, that's pretty interesting and a good point. Just being consistent is a big thing. Eddie, what about you?
I guess it'll be like trying to keep everything simple, because if you keep everything simple, then that gives the artist like the most room to work. And like if you add too many complicated sounds, like too much ear candy, too many perks, too many everything, it confuse. I mean, I wouldn't say confuse. It would just like I guess frustrate the artist in a way, because they wouldn't know like how to pick the right pocket to like flow.
Yeah, just leaving space for people to do their thing, basically. At the end of the day, it's a collaboration. So, you definitely have to make room for your collaborators too. And I'm sure the things you start with aren't always the things you end with. So thank you for that. Yes. Donnie, what about you?
For me, I just say like as a producer early on, just trust yourself. Like, I think when you're starting, it's so early to get like caught up in trying to sound like what's popping instead of like how you make beats. Like that's really like that's really important. I feel like you gotta really stay true to your sound, and if you make something like a certain way, just keep that, because that's what makes you unique. Yeah, stay true to your sound.
Trust your sound, trust your gut. Zach.
I'm on like the same thing what he just said, but I agree with Gavin with the consistency, like just being consistent. I feel like that plays a big part into stuff, like being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it, just consistency.
Yeah, you need the practice and you need to just put yourself out there as much as possible. Like, you know, there's 4 of you that I'm talking to, but there's like hundreds of thousands of you guys out there. So you have to also think about what's going to put you in front of everybody and what's going to set you apart. Definitely. I think my next question then is, why did y'all want to sign up with BeatStars Publishing? Why do producers need publishing? Where does that benefit your career? Gavin, again, I'll start with you.
For me, since I'm smaller, I don't really have as much of a voice as like some of the bigger producers. So it's nice to have a bigger party like BeatStars helping me and like being my voice and making sure that I get my royalties from songs. Because otherwise, like, there's a good chance that I might not be getting everything that I'm owed.
100%. You're newer and you're younger. And I think that, you know, the music industry can be a cold, vile place sometimes. So definitely having a partner is important. And I can't wait to talk about, you know, one of the biggest songs in your history. So hold that thought. Eddie, why do producers need publishing and why did you want to sign with us?
Well, producers, well, actually, I should say, I signed up with you guys because to me, you're like one of the best platforms when it comes to distributing music for like different producers and stuff. And then the publishing side, it's like, I mean, since BeatStars is already like such a big name, like it wouldn't hurt to like get them to be like a part of your team of sorts, like having them support you 100% of the way. It's like really helpful in the long run.
Word, 100%. Donnie.
All right. Like what you're asking, like why I signed with publishing?
Why did you sign with publishing and why do you think producers need publishing as part of like your sphere?
It's important. Like collecting royalties is really important. And I really like what BeatStars is doing. Right now BeatStars is just like paramount to like most other publishing deals because like I don't know. I feel like some of the percents like you can get ripped off. Like they take a lot. The deals could be for like 7 years. And like it could be little hidden things, and the BeatStars is very straight to the point. And it's just like you collect your royalties, they take this percent, and like that's it. Like it's straight to the point. A lot of other contracts can be scary. BeatStars is like really trustworthy, and that's why I decided to go with them.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Eddie.
Oh yeah, but think about that. Like BeatStars Publishing is also like really flexible. Like it allows you to do whatever you want to do when it comes to the music.
Yeah, I think to both of your points, you know, even in the launch of the publishing portal, like 80/20 really isn't done anywhere. And I think that the one thing about BeatStars, not to toot our own horn or anything, but everything has always been in favor of the creator and giving you guys the space and the room to grow and do what you need to do in order to succeed. And I just think based on how the deal structures are set up down to how our platform is set up, it just allows you to really take control of your own career and not have to worry too much. So thank you for saying that, Donnie. Zach, what about you?
Like, why did I choose the sign?
Yeah.
Once again, like he said, royalties are important. You'll have like a song and the money is just scattered all over the place. Me personally, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to go find every single place where my money is at. So I'd rather have someone bigger step in and do that for me. That gives you more time to focus on other things. That, and then two, like he said, BeatStars got straight to the point. Like I had like many other people coming and it was like all kind of different mixed up things and terms. BeatStars got straight to the point. So,
Yeah, man, like I understand needing to have specific terminology and all these things so that all parties are protected and whatever, but it's just like at the end of the day, like this is very much a people business and it should be as one-to-one as possible and clear cut. So I agree with you. And I'm glad that we're able to make things a little bit easier in your careers and your journeys. That being said, you guys are all doing really, really well and doing amazing things. And I want to talk about some of the placements you've acquired and where you're going to be taking those experiences with you next. And I'll go backwards on this. I'll start with Zach. I know that you've got a long list. You've worked with Rod Wave, BRS Cash and Mulatto, Saucy Santana, Blockboy JB, Moneyman. You've got all of these placements under your belt. So maybe you could just highlight your favorite one or the one that's been most life-changing for you up until this point.
I think the Rod Wave one is like my favorite. That and then the track with Mulatto and Cash, because like literally people always sending it to me. It's on the radio, so they'd be driving and they're hearing it. So that's like my favorite one right now.
Do you want to talk about how either one of those came to be, or what was maybe one that was more exciting to push through to the end? I know you said Rod Wave was your favorite.
Cash, how I met Cash and Mulatto. Actually, the beat he used was a YouTube beat, so he found me on YouTube. I think that was right around the time that the Throat Baby song dropped.
Okay.
So he found me like right around that time. I don't think we linked up until a couple months after that, and we met in Atlanta, and I heard the song. So yeah, that heard the song. We shot the video, all of that in Atlanta. So I like how that one came about, because I was like there from the beginning of the song, like with the Rod Wave track. The song.
Sorry, wait.
I saw like he posted a snippet of it. Did you hear me?
Sorry, I heard you. Okay, I just heard you say Rod Wave posted a snippet of your track.
I said yeah. So with Cash, it was different because I was there for like the whole process of the song. With the Rod Wave track,
yeah,
I didn't know about it until he posted the snippet. So
that kind of caught you off guard. I love the comment about like the BRS Cash and just like seeing the start to finish. I think I wish more artists would allow all parties involved the opportunity to see that process. It obviously doesn't always go that way, but I'm glad that you have that experience under your belt. And I think that's really dope, and the song is super dope. Cash's project is dope. So excited to see what's next. Do you think you would work on anything else with him, being that you got to, be in the forefront with him?
Yeah, he just yesterday, so we got some more stuff dropping.
Okay, fire. There you have it. All right, Donnie, when I asked this man for his credits, he sent me his whole Genius link with all 7,000 tracks that he's got out. But you've got tracks, with Snot, YBN, Namir, just like such a long list. I'm honestly scrolling through it as we speak. But maybe you can talk about the same thing. What's your favorite one, or the one that was most exciting to put together?
I think my favorite track, looking back at it, it's probably like Human, because it was crazy. It was like Snot and Night Lavelle. So like that's probably my favorite one. And it came from YouTube. It was a beat from YouTube, and like, well, actually, like, oh my gosh, like it's such a long arc, like it's such a long Snot arc, like how I know him. But that beat came from YouTube. Like, to make a long story short, that beat came from YouTube, and like he was like, oh yeah, like he built up hype around the song because he was like, oh, I'm about to make a song with Night Lavelle, and at the time I didn't even know he was on my beat, and I just go on like Twitter. And like I hear the snippet of Human, and I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar. And then I listen to it some more, and I'm like, that sounds real familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's my beat. And like they got it from YouTube, and then he got like the Night Lavelle feature, and I don't know, I was just hyped because like I said, like that 2014, 2015 SoundCloud wave that inspired me. Like now I'm really making songs with artists like who was really pushing that wave. So I was like, bro, like let's get it. But yeah, that's probably my favorite placement.
I think that's an amazing placement to have, and it's interesting because specifically on the platform and obviously across the internet and just in general with fans, there are so many fans of Snot and so many fans of Night Lavelle who are just like trying to get to the both of them. Yeah. So just to have like that you have more songs with him, correct? With Snot?
We make songs all the time.
Yeah, so it's just like you are in such a great position, and there's such a community of listeners who really enjoy their sound. So I'm excited to see you grow in that vein and see what else you're able to put out with him. I think that's super dope.
Yeah, it's always nice making songs with Snot. He's fun. He's cool.
Amazing. All right, King Eddie, you've got a track with The Baby, which is probably one of the most recognizable tracks that he's got out. But I don't want to, make you say that's your favorite, but is it? I'm just wondering.
Well, I mean, yeah, automatically. Like that song it's definitely like changed my life a lot.
Yeah.
Like it helped me like meet a lot of different people that like I did not realize that I could become friends with at all, let alone like collaborators. So like yeah, it's been
just so everyone in the chat knows, the song we're talking about is Going Baby, which was one of many of his viral hits, but definitely up there to start. So how did that come to be?
It's a weird story actually. Like when I made first off, I made the original melody. So like the way that like it was actually hold up. I think I got I don't have my drive plugged in, but I know it was like June of 2018. That was when I made it. I don't know the exact day off the top of my head. But yeah, I was in the library at my old school, go UMBC. Like over there, I was just waiting for a class of mine to start. So like I just cooked up some like little stuff. And one of those things happened to be the melody for Going Baby. But at first I didn't even like it. Like it was so I mean, the melody, it had a medieval theme to it, but at the same time, I didn't think it was that cool. So like I actually just called it mid. Like I didn't think anything was gonna happen with that. But yeah, like I made that and then like over the course of time, like I was also like making stuff with my friend OJ Finessi, who's another co-producer on the song. He's actually the one that got the melody to Jetson made. Like I sent him a random pack of stuff, random just from there. And so like it was February. It was like the month before. Actually, no, not even a month. The week before it dropped. Like he sent me a snippet of the song, and I was like, "Oh wow, that sounds dope. Who is this?" And he said, "The Baby. He's gonna be like the next big thing. Trust me." And I was like, "Oh wow, that's dope. Congrats." And then he told me like, "Yo, you know this is your melody too, right?" And I was like, "What?" And the more I listened back to it, the more I realized, "Oh wow, that is my melody." And then, "Oh wow, it's a melody that I didn't like." And so that blew my
See what
mind.
I mean? It's got to make you question, like, damn, like, is the stuff that I think is fire, does that mean it's trash? Like, what the hell is this? But 183 million streams later,
Yeah.
on Spotify alone, mind you, I think it's safe to say it's not mid. You should probably rename it on your drive.
No, I'm keeping a name for now. But I mean, I know it's definitely not being used ever again. And I definitely know that like I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that I can always open it whenever. Like like even have the hold up. This is the laptop that I made the melody with. Like my dad bought it for me for college, and now I mean, because of Going B, I was able to like buy myself like some new like a MacBook, none too crazy. But yeah, like this laptop changed my life.
Wow, you got to put it in like one of those glass floating cases, with like a beautiful like blue beam light coming up under it or something like that.
I'm gonna wait for like a couple more hits to happen before I do that. But yeah, I'll definitely think about it.
No, we're manifesting.
Okay.
That's
yeah, man. All right,
what
I will be able to put that inside of a nice little display
there
after I make a couple of hits or a couple more hits.
Yes, the universe heard you. All right, Gavin, you're on deck here. I want to talk about Pineapple, which literally has 14 million streams on Spotify alone, and you also hit top 40. So I want to talk about that experience and what that was like for you.
It was definitely a unique one because Pineapple came out in January, and it didn't actually start really getting into its stride until a few months ago. So like I knew about the song and I've listened to it like ever since January, but it was just crazy to see it like kind of just come out of nowhere. And I think that's like largely due in part to TikToks. He made like a bunch of TikToks, and they all did really good. Got some comments from some pretty big people in the music industry and like ESPN and stuff too, because he was doing trick shots and whatnot. So that was really cool. But we made that. It was me and my friend Miles made the melody in November. I think it was in like one of my first packs that I sent out. And it was just another just melody that we made, nothing like special intended in mind, just making stuff that we liked. And at the time we were just doing everything over Discord, so it was all virtual. He would just like play something on guitar that he liked, and then I would sort of critique it a little bit, and then we get something and I'd add to it on my computer, and that's how that happened for the melody at least. And then I sent that out in my packs, and then another producer that goes by 100 Gram Beats threw drums on it. He has a really good relationship with Nick D, and then that's how the song came to be.
So now you're looking at the song, I guess, from more of a bird's eye view because it's just happening and it's taking off. So when you found out that it was picking up on TikTok, what was that experience like? And I like to talk to folks about TikTok because it's so new to us. We don't really understand completely how it works or why it works the way it does, but it's changing a lot of lives. So I can imagine it was probably crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely life-changing. I don't really understand how TikTok works too. You just see so many things just come out of nowhere on TikTok. So I guess the song is just a really good example of that. And it definitely has been life-changing, like hearing it on the radio, or actually I haven't heard it on the radio, but people I know hearing it on the radio, telling me about it, stuff has been just super cool.
Yeah, I bet it's such a nice experience, and I'm just excited for all of you that you guys are getting like these opportunities to like see successes or exposure and things like that, because it drives you and it'll make you want to do more, I'm sure. And there's so much more coming for y'all. So I'm excited about that. Let's talk about, before we get in, because I want to at least play one track or one example of each of your guys' songs before we head out today. But I'd love to also hear about some ways that you think producers can make the most out of BeatStars. Like, what is the tip or the trick that you think super helps you? And I'll start with Zach on this as well. Zach is frozen. I'm gonna start with Donnie.
All right. So you said like, oh wait, oh all right,
Wait.
So you said you want us to say like some good tips for using BeatStars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I say just utilizing tags, like you know, knowing your sound or knowing what tags you rank for. Like it's really important. And also, if you use any other platforms, you don't really have to use YouTube, but like if you use IG or Twitter or whatever you use to host your beats, your traffic from that source can really help you out. Like it can help you out in the marketplace heavily. So like make sure you're sharing all your links whenever you can. Yeah, just sharing all your tracks and using tags, because that helps you rank up on the boards and gets you some really good exposure. So yeah, like just learning the platform. Like this is like a really good tip. Just learning how to use it.
Yeah, man, for sure. The tags are a huge, like from my experiences with BeatStars in the last year, the tags are a huge determining factor for a lot of things, especially when we're looking for things, specific sounds for playlists and stuff. Like I always say, do not give us a trap beat and you're also tagging, I don't know, like Demi Lovato on it or something like that. Like make sure it's true so that we can find it and that it can be purposed or used the way that you may have intended it to. Not casting this gigantic net, but doing enough that people can find a specific thing that they're looking for. Tags, yes. Zach, I'm gonna throw it over to you again. What's your tip or trick?
Like he said, the tags, and then once again, like being consistent. I feel like you gotta, well, at least with me, because I notice like when I'm not consistent, it doesn't work. But like when I'm uploading a lot, and you know, like every other week or like every week, that helps a lot. You can't upload like once a month, twice a month on BeatStars. To me personally, I feel like you can't do that.
You're right. You can't. If you want to have success in the traction, you cannot do it once a month.
You gotta like be uploading. I notice like stuff slows down when I'm not consistent. When I'm like uploading like every other week, it doesn't work. When I'm uploading like today, and then maybe I upload again Thursday or Friday, like it picks up. So just consistency. And like he said, using the tags, like tagging your beats, that helps a lot. Like at least with me, because I think I've topped the charts on BeatStars a couple times, and it's exactly what you said, like tagging and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The consistency is pretty much a huge part. You know, a lot of anything down to social media is based on like an algorithm and a flow. And even if you think about the way that people search for beats based on the music that's hot right now, like which artists are you tagging to support that, and what style or what is your schedule of uploading so that you can be consistent? You know, are you uploading 2 beats a day or 2 beats every other day, things like that. Someone in the chat said that they just got put on 2 playlists in the last 2 weeks. So that's really amazing. So shout out to Chris, who's our playlister, who's been hearing you guys so often now. Eddie, what about you? What's your tip or trick? What is the main thing you think will help people be successful on BeatStars?
Okay, well, first off, shout out to my guy Axon in the chat. I see you.
Hello,
And
Axon.
then second off, I guess my tip would be to just try to have fun with it. Like, don't stress yourself out too much with like how you make it be. It's like, oh, it's gotta be like this many bars for the intro, this many bars for the hook, like this, that, and the other. Just like try to have fun and like try to, but at the same time, still like try to keep it simple and like keep it or like give the artist room to work.
Yes, sir. I think was it last week or the week before? I mean, maybe you guys in the chat will remember, but there was a discussion about making things that make you happy. Consistency is a great thing, and you know, tagging is a great thing, but if the music that you're making doesn't support, you know, your spirit, then what is that going to look like in the long run for you as far as creating? And again, that comment about leaving room is definitely important. Gavin, what about you?
All right. So for me, I'm like big into Photoshop and stuff too. So I like making like cool covers and stuff. That's definitely not necessary, but I feel like having a nice like overall cohesive theme on your profile is really important, whether that's like colors or like the type of images that you're using, and then also like consistent titling and stuff. So everything is just easier to read through and sort of just understand on like the person's profile and stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. And I know you had mentioned to me that you're into graphic design and videography and things like that, which will absolutely help you and set you apart. We talk about thumbnails a lot, like to drop onto somebody's page and they just have the same thumbnail for every single beat. It's like, what happens if somebody forgot what they were listening to and they could only remember it by your thumbnail, and it's like literally all the same? Now you've just lost a sale because they're not going to go through however many beats you have on the page. So thank you for bringing that up. I think, you know, making things aesthetically pleasing is important, and also your titling sequence as well will change the game. So drawing people in with whatever you want to title your beat, or making sure that you've got the right genres or artist names in the title so that people can just like gravitate towards that immediately. I think that's a great point, Gavin. Thank you. Eddie, were you trying to say something else?
Oh, I just want to shout out Gavin for the amazing camera quality. Like
Yeah,
magnificent.
He's giving us influencer setup, and I love that.
Yes, it's all about the lighting. It's like a $60 webcam. Just a little.
Wow.
And the backlight too. It definitely helps out a lot.
You set up where you're literally putting all
relying heavily on like the natural sunlight right now. Like I should kind of like over here somewhere, because like as y'all can see, like darkness just on this side, just straight shadows.
No, it's giving the perfect vibe. It's giving home office energy. I love it. I love it for you. All right, y'all. Well, maybe first of all, thank you for sharing all of your tips, and thank you for sharing your experiences thus far. And I'm so happy, and we're all proud of you for the work that you do. So I want to we have a couple minutes left, so I want to try and play some of your guys' tracks. Do you want me to start with you, Zach?
No, but I was letting you know I just emailed you the playlist.
Ah, perfect. Well, so
right.
So are you saying you don't want to go? Like,
yeah, I don't want to go first. I'll text you which one you can play though.
All right. I know you. Yeah, there it is. All right. Which one which track do you want me to play? I'm gonna share the screen. Let me just swap this over. Bear with me, y'all. There's so many buttons to press. All right, Zach. There you go. What are we rocking with today? Not this guy's frozen. Oh, when I'm gone. All right, I got his message in the chat. All right, let's go.
My nigga 240 dope, these other niggas basic.
About what he's done for me. That shot. About what he's
That sounded expensive. I love that the Rick Ross tag is in there.
Man, that beat was crazy.
Yeah, man.
I was over here vibing out. I said, "Hey, yo, like, yo, that was crazy, man. Oh my gosh, Zach, I gotta see you again, man. Wow.
Hey, I think I just followed you. You gotta follow me back.
All right, bet. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my.
I love when these moments happen, when y'all are listening to each other and just start connecting. Like, that is my favorite part. And shout out to y'all in the chat who are normally here with us. Normally we would go through all of the tracks and rate everything out of 5 emojis before my regular viewers. We got KP Bot with the 5 Tim Boots and also Low Wave with 5 Tim Boots. So that is a full-fledged rating for you, Zach. I think actually between everybody, I might actually be able to do. Wait, did someone just boot? What just happened? Zach, you keep freezing.
What does the boot mean?
The boot is just like, it's a rating system. So out of 5 Tim Boots, you got 5. It's just a rating system. So we hit success here. Do you want to play another song? I don't know why you keep cutting out, King. You want to? Nope.
Man, that reception is crazy.
Yeah. My God, I truly cannot hear you. Hit me in the chat with what you want to play next, and then I'll just play it. I don't know what going on with that connection. Young Luck said, but why boots? I don't know, because we felt like it. You could do whatever emoji you want out of 5. Kev? Oh, Zach. All right. I'll wait for Zach to come back. Is he back? Zach? Brother?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's your second track?
Bob it.
Okay. Love you, King. gonna move on. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Oh, Gavin? All right.
Sure.
Let's do it. Sorry, Zach. We'll come back to you. All right, Gavin. Which one you want to start with?
Cover Up.
All right.
Whoa, keep it up, Gavin.
Well, like a little vibe. Like I could see a little TikTok dance getting thrown up to that as well. But it was also kind of like emotional, just a little bit. Let me see what we got. We got 4 Tim Boots from KP Bot. We got 5 flame emojis from Everything Ming. Shout out to you, Gavin. Which one you want to play next?
You can play Concepts.
Concepts. All right. Oh, that's not it.
Whoa, keep it up, Gavin.
Yeah, that guitar goes crazy. Look at this. So we got what we got? 5 pizza emojis from Anastasia. Hella boots from Ricky Rebel. I don't know. I can't even be bothered to count how many there are. Guitar So 5 from produced by Boquetto. 5 guitar emojis from Young Luck. 5 Tim Boots from Low Wave. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you for sharing these. Super dope. And I hope everybody hits you up after this because the guitar hits. All right. Yeah, Donnie or Eddie, who wants to go first?
I'm done.
All right. Eddie it is. Let me grab your link.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And... All right. Which one you want to start with?
Well, first off, I'm gonna apologize for the tags. Like I'm still working on my tag game, but it's gonna be up to par. Don't worry.
Don't worry. You got a track with 200 million streams. I'm not worried about your tags right now.
All right, so let's start with the checked.
Checked. All right. Such a little vibe. I was doing my dancey dance. Yeah.
Thank you.
Von Lyon's in here. What up, Von Lyon? I know he's trying to give you 5 out of 5 Tim Boots on that. Who else? Well, we got 5 pizza emojis from Anastasia. We got 6 boots from Zelmundo.
Oh, shout out to
Everyone's going
Zelmundo.
up. Someone else said this was their favorite today, so that's fire.
Oh wow.
What's the next one you want to play?
The next one I want to play is Bard. It's like a little bit more on the experimental side, I want to say, but it should be so bad.
Okay, let's try it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, these ads. Sorry, y'all. Okay, I couldn't turn it off right before it dropped again. But all right, we got 5 wave emojis from Young Luck. This sequence of emotes from Everything Ming with the high heels and the flames is sending me right now. Thank you so much. 5 rocket ships from Anastasia. 5 flame emojis from Girls Music. 5 from Zelmundo. Everybody's loving you. So thank you so much for sharing these, Eddie. Appreciate you.
No problem. Appreciate the love, everybody. Thank you.
All right, Donnie. King Donnie. Let me grab your link.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I already know he's about to be crazy.
Yo, Donnie is...
Yeah.
And posted from the same city, man. Like,
yeah, that's really cool. You say you're
automatically.
I said,
yeah.
I said, nice, man.
My dog. Already.
Nice.
Come on, verified.
Sheesh.
What do I want to play? Play Next Door. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Next Door. It's like plug and be.
All right. Let's do it.
What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie?
So bouncy and like airy, you know. Von Lyon said Katana forever.
Yeah, seriously, man. Katana forever.
Anastasia said or Anastasia. I hope I'm saying your name correct. 5 pizza emojis. We got hella goat emojis from Margrosh18. 5 wave emojis from Zelmundo. People are freaking out over you.
Oh snap! Let's get it, man. Thanks,
I love
guys.
this for you.
Man, that's so cool.
All right,
Uh,
last one. You're closing out the show.
all right. Could you play?
Actually, you're not. Zach's closing out the show.
All right, cool. could you play Moonlight?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it. Man. Cool. Thank you.
What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie?
That was dope. I don't feel like that's something I've heard from you before.
Yeah, that was a collab with member of my collective, Godze. He's a genius with arrangement. Like when we both work on something, we always like take it to like a whole nother level, which is kind of cool.
No, I love this a lot. That was fire. Low Wave gave you 5 Tim Boots, Von Lion, of course, with the 5 swords.
Yeah.
Anastasia with 5 hearts. You got 5 Pock emojis from Low Wave as well. So thank you so much for sharing, Donnie. I appreciate having you back. All right, Zach, your final track.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, my laptop died, so I had to switch to my phone.
You good?
But,
Love Language was the one you wanted to play?
yeah, you can play that one.
All right, let's do it. So this is the final track for today. Let's go. Did y'all see me like panic for a second? Like I double checked to make sure it wasn't like an ad track running because I don't know what I was expecting to hear. That was so dope. It was like very like Bruno Mars-y. And I love that for you.
Wow.
Yeah, it did sound like an ad. That's why I think we needed to put it at the end.
No, it wasn't even that. Like I was just expecting like another like trap song or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Mm-hmm. I definitely put you in a box. Yo, you need to make if you have like a beat tag, it should be
I do have a tag. I just didn't have it on those beats. Like when I do like beats that's not trap beats, I don't put my tag on it. But when I'm doing the trap beats, then it's the Mama Zachary making beats again tag.
Yes. But I think you need to add the on it because I think that's the signature. Yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. Well, that pretty much concludes the show. I would love if each of you could just let everyone know where to find you. Feel free to shout out your Instagram handle or your beat store. Thank you all for being on the show today. Thank you for offering your insights and your experiences and hanging out with us. I really appreciate you. And I'm so glad we got to play some of your tracks just so we could get a feel for who you are. I'm hoping you guys can actually collab in the future. But I guess just for the sake of order, I'll start with Gavin. Go ahead.
All right, my Instagram is Gavin Hadley _. YouTube's Gavin Hadley. BeatStars is Gavin Hadley. And thank you all.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Gavin. All right, Eddie.
All right, so all my socials are EDDIEPRST. That's on Twitter, IG, and BeatStars, where you can check out more of my beats. Then also, I also have an email address for if you want to like collab with me and send melodies. It's eddiewantsmelodies@gmail.com. Like I'll type it out real quick for y'all.
Yeah, feel free to drop that in the chat. Nobody ever offers an email, so I appreciate that from you.
Yeah, just eddiewantsmelodies@gmail.com. Send me whatever samples you got. Just make sure it's fire. That's the only requirement.
Simple. That's all we're ever asking is that it's fire. Donnie.
Yeah, you can find me on like just about everything at Donnie Katana, DONNIE, and then like Katana, like the weapon. Yeah, and I'm gonna copy off of Eddie too. If you got any melodies or samples, I don't even care if it's trash. You can send it to loopsfordonnie@gmail.com. As a matter of fact, send trash melodies because like they be the best ones. Send everything. Send everything. Loops for Donnie, the number 4. loopsfordonnie@gmail.com.
Oh yeah.
And if there's anything we've learned, all the melodies or loops or beats we think are trash are usually the fire ones. So hey, maybe do something the opposite of what you would normally do. Zach, if you're still there, I don't know if you want to shout your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm still here. Instagram, Zach on the track 1, and then my YouTube is Zach on the track, but it's spelled the same way it's spelled on here with a 1 behind it on Instagram. And the same thing like Donnie said, loops for Zach with the 4. It's inside my bio on Instagram, so you can send them there.
Amazing. Thank you guys for your time. Shout out to all you in the chat. Don't forget to head over to beatstars.com/publishing if you want to learn more about how you can sign up for our publishing portal because we just launched. And also don't forget to head over to @BeatStars on Twitter. Sid is over there right now talking to Distinct Beats. If you guys want to join that conversation, you can slide on over. And I guess we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again, you guys. See ya.
Peace.